Once upon a time, in a small but prosperous village, there lived a young man named Kieran. Kieran was known for his honesty, but he was also very poor. He earned his living by selling grains in the market, always measuring them fairly and never cheating his customers. Now, in the same village, there was a wealthy but greedy merchant named Raghav. He believed that only clever tricks and dishonesty could make a man rich. He would often mix pebbles in his rice sacks, add water to his milk, and make extra profit. Many people knew about his tricks, but they had no choice but to buy from him as he owned the biggest shop in the village. One day, the king of the land announced that he was looking for an honest merchant to supply grains for his royal kitchen. The selected merchant would receive a grand reward and a lifelong contract with the palace. This news spread like wildfire, and all merchants, including Raghav and Kieran, were excited. Raghav, being cunning, thought, "I will bribe the palace officials and win the contract. Honesty doesn't feed an empty stomach." Meanwhile, Kieran thought, "I will go and offer my grains. If I am honest and my grains are pure, perhaps I will be chosen." The next day, all merchants arrived at the palace with their best sacks of grains. The king's minister had set up a simple test. Each merchant was asked to leave their sack of grains in a locked room overnight. Unbeknownst to them, the minister had released a few mice into the room to check the quality of the grains. The next morning, when the room was opened, most of the sacks were half-eaten. The grains had been mixed with old, rotten stock, and the mice had chewed through them. However, one sack remained untouched. It was Kieran's. The minister smiled and announced, "The grains that remained untouched belonged to the honest merchant, for they were fresh and pure." The king, impressed, declared Kieran the winner and made him the royal grain supplier. Kieran's honesty not only won him the reward, but also brought him lifelong prosperity. Raghav, on the other hand, was exposed and lost his customers' trust. He had to shut down his shop eventually. And so, my dear friends, remember, honesty may not bring instant wealth, but in the long run, it brings something much greater: trust, respect, and true success.